One of Arsenal's players may have played his last game for the club as he will not take part in the US tour. Meanwhile, the €60 million player could be getting closer to joining the Gunners, with his club willing to sell him this summer. Hey guys! Welcome back to the Arsenal News channel. As always, we're here to bring you the latest updates to keep you informed on all things Gunners. As the new season approaches, the Arsenal squad find themselves on their pre-season tour of the United States. The Gunners have already announced the players who will take part in the trip, revealing some intriguing details about the future of some of the squad members. This year, Mikel Arteta took a significantly larger group, including 12 promising young talents, compared to previous years. Among the names are familiar faces like Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly. We will also see emerging talents like Aiden Heaven, Charles Sago Jr. and Omar Rekik joining for the first time. However, there is one surprising absence from the list: Charlie Patino. Despite playing a part in Arsenal's recent 2-0 victory over Leyton Orient, Patino's omission from the squad raises questions over his future. It appears the Gunners could be preparing to part ways with the 21-year-old midfielder. The player is not linked with any injury, and if Arsenal had wanted to keep him, it is likely he would have been included on the trip. With just 1 year remaining on the current contract, the club faces a critical decision. A permanent move could be on the horizon to avoid losing him on a free transfer next summer. The 20-year-old, once considered excellent, is certainly good enough to play in the US. It seems likely that Patino's future will be addressed while Arsenal are in the United States, otherwise, the midfielder would certainly have travelled with the team. Meanwhile, Bologna have highlighted Calafiori's situation as they prepare for their summer training camp in Valles, Spain. The Arsenal target was not included in the squad, signalling that his move to North London is imminent. According to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal and Bologna are in the final stages of completing the documentation for Calafiori's transfer. Medical examinations and an official announcement are expected in the coming days. However, the transfer sparked a complicated financial dispute involving 3 clubs. Bologna's sale of Calafiori triggers a 50% sell-on clause with his former club Basel, potentially netting him €22.5 million. On the other hand, Calafiori's youth club Roma claims a 40% share of Basel's profits, which could amount to €8 to €9 million. Tensions rose, with Roma threatening legal action to secure their share of the transfer fee. Despite these financial disputes, Calafiori's move to Arsenal appears to be on track. As Bologna begin pre-season preparations without the young Italian defender, Arsenal fans eagerly await official confirmation of his signing. Calafiori's arrival will bolster the Gunners' defensive options and add another promising talent to Mikel Arteta's squad ahead of the new Premier League season. The Gunners were hoping to secure a deal for Illia Zabarnyi, but that interest was rejected. Despite interest from Arsenal, Zabarnyi chose to remain loyal to the Cherries and continue his development under manager Andoni Iraola. The 21-year-old Ukraine international has signed a new 5-year contract with Bournemouth, ending any speculation over a potential transfer. Zabarnyi's commitment means he will remain at the Vitality Stadium until 2029. Arsenal scouts have been watching him closely at Euro 2024, but it appears they will have to look elsewhere to bolster their defence. Meanwhile, Bournemouth are also hoping to keep Dominic Solanke this summer despite his release clause. The 26-year-old striker attracted interest from Tottenham and Arsenal after scoring 19 goals in the Premier League last season. Bournemouth owner Bill Foley confirmed that Solanke's contract includes a release clause which, if met, would allow him to negotiate a move. Foley stated, "I believe Dom will be with us next year. He has a release clause, which is very expensive. We have 2 or 3 candidates that we have lined up. But I believe Dom will be here next year, and I believe he will score 21 or 22 goals." With a release clause reportedly in the region of £65 million, it remains to be seen whether Arsenal will step up their efforts to bring Solanke to the Emirates. In an attempt to reinforce their attacking line, Saudi Arabian side Al Ahly are keeping an eye on Arsenal striker Gabriel Jesus. Valued at around £55 million, Jesus has become one of the Saudi club's top transfer targets. The Saudi Pro League is known for its ambitious transfer moves in recent windows. It aims to attract more stars to raise the standard of football in the country. Al Ahly's interest in Jesus is part of its strategy to sign high-caliber players and improve its squad. According to Dean James, the 27-year-old Brazilian international caught the attention of Al Ahly. Jesus has been a consistent performer in Mikel Arteta's side, scoring 8 goals and providing 8 assists in 36 appearances last season. However, he lost his starting position to Kai Havertz, and with Arsenal searching for a new striker, speculation over Jesus' future has intensified. Despite proving his quality, Jesus does not fit the mold of the traditional number 9 that Arteta desires. Reports from the Daily Mail suggest that Al Ahly are also monitoring Tottenham's Richarlison. Under the command of coach Matthias Gisel, Al Ahly intends to replace Saint-Maximin, who transferred to Fenerbahce, with one of the 2 Brazilian strikers. The Saudi newspaper Al Riyadiyya states that Gisel will decide which player takes priority. Tottenham have set a price of £60 million for Richarlison, who has also been targeted by Saudi clubs in previous months. Both Jesus and Richarlison have had challenging months recently, with ups and downs and some disappointments due to injuries and performance. With 3 years remaining on his contract, Arsenal would likely demand a substantial fee to offload Jesus, and such a move could be on the horizon. Arsenal, which is seen as one of the most attractive clubs in Europe, is expected to intensify its search for one of Spain's best midfielders. The Spanish international has a €60 million release clause, and Real Sociedad, according to the Mirror, have accepted that they will lose Merino this summer. Following the confirmed signing of goalkeeper David Raya and the arrival of Ricardo Calafiore, Merino's potential transfer is generating huge excitement among Gunners fans. The Euro 2024 winner and former Newcastle player has less than 12 months remaining on his current contract with Real Sociedad and has decided not to sign new terms. This decision allows him to negotiate a pre-contract with another club in January, ahead of a potential free transfer in the summer of 2025. This situation gives Real Sociedad every reason to push for a sale this summer to avoid losing a valuable asset next year. While Real Sociedad's acceptance of Merino's departure is a positive sign for Arsenal, the Gunners still face stiff competition for his signature. According to El Desmarque, Merino prefers to remain in La Liga, with Barcelona's project being more attractive. Atletico Madrid are also keen to bring him to the Spanish capital, but Catalan newspaper Sport suggests they are out of the race. Sport reports that Merino rejected Atletico de Madrid's offer, citing a lack of confidence in his sporting project. Barcelona, meanwhile, are prioritizing the signing of Nico Williams, another player admired by Arsenal, and may not have enough resources to secure both targets. The player himself was asked about his future after the European Championship and stated that he would talk to club directors in Spain. The next step has to come from within, from myself, from analyzing myself, seeing what player I am now, where I am and where I want to go. And what is the way to do that, he said.